All right, back day today. The best day, my favorite day. However, today feel like I'm kind of running on fumes. It's been a long cross-country run. Early mornings. I'm talking waking up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm a little sleep deprived, and I'm not feeling sick or anything. It just feels like my immune system is in a bit of a fight right now. So this workout, it's going to be a little more low-key. Still going to do 10 sets for back. Just going to take things a little easier. Maybe do some different exercises I don't normally do. We'll see how it goes. Either way, we're starting off the same. Warming up with the hang. Put hang down. Do some scapula pulls. The biggest difference today is I'm just not going to push it each set. You know, we're just going to get a nice pump, get those endorphins. And just get feeling good. And that's generally how I do it when I'm not feeling 100%. Even if I get like full-blown sick, I'll still work out unless it's like a flu or something like that. Last year, I got a head cold, and it was pretty gnarly. You know, just nose constantly running, sneezing. But I still worked out every single day. I just reduced my volume quite a bit and kept it brief. Got a pump, got those endorphins, and left it at that. And it actually really does help. That's why I still like to work out, even if I'm not feeling all that great. It's okay though. I want to get this workout done because it will help me sleep later on, and I got to get up early again tomorrow at about, waking up about 1 o'clock. I got a 7 a.m. delivery, but I'm out of time because of the freaking stupid hours of service laws that work, and we're all electronically logged, and I got 9 hours tomorrow to drive, but only 6 hours a day, so I can only do like 300 miles. So I got to wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning in order to get my appointment on time. Or if I would have been able to drive for 9 hours a day, I could have gotten, within an hour away. But, the infinite wisdom of our government agencies that are headed by people who never done the job. It's good stuff. All right. That's enough about that. Let's do some sevens here. Nice and easy. All right. Let's see. When you're developing the pull-up, a lot of people can't do pull-ups. This is something I need to get a lot more into. I need to go over more of this more and more. Because, like 80% of the population can't do one unassisted pull-up. It's pretty bad. And yet pull-ups are such a foundational exercise. If you can go from no pull-ups to just 3 or 4 solid, decent pull-ups unassisted, that is a major, major improvement in your overall strength. And probably the most important muscle group, which is your back. Legs are also important, but legs are more about endurance, mobility. Your legs carry you around all day long, so they're already fairly strong. But with legs, most people have problems with their mobility first. With back, it's just completely messed up because people don't even have the motor unit activation. Like they can't even activate their back properly. So got my rings out. Great exercise. So just lean back a little bit. Doesn't have to be that far. And just row. And experiment. With your elbows out, you're going to hit your upper back a little more. Your rear delts. Here, you're going to feel it in your lats. And just try stuff out like that. That's, for me, that's a pretty easy exercise. But the whole point of that, even for people that don't exercise much, that's going to be pretty easy for them. The point of doing that kind of stuff, this is why rings are so great. Those rows is to learn how to activate your back muscles. Because Because at first you're going to want to pull with your arms. You're going to pull with your biceps. You know, it's going to take a while to get over that. So you want to do these row motions to learn how to work your back. It's one of the most important things to learn if you want to get more fit, healthy, and strong, but it's also what takes the longest. Most people can go to doing push-ups pretty quick. Even if they can't do a push-up, they'll make improvements fairly rapidly. In a few weeks, there'll be noticeable improvements in your push-ups, even like squats and lunges. I've trained people where the first day they can barely do a lunge. You know, they're all off balance, they're unsteady, they don't have very good range of motion. A few weeks, there's dramatic improvement. That's not the case with the back. That is not the case with pull-ups. Pull-ups take a while, and you have to learn things in a proper order. I'm not going into that too much right now, but that is something I need to start going over more thoroughly in the future. But I'll keep touching on it. Anyways, we're going to do something a little different. We'll do an inverted pull to pike, and we'll do it, see if we can do it 3 times. Just hang, tuck position right here. Another important exercise if you're new is just hang and bring your legs up into a tuck position like this. But you don't want to try this right away though. It's an inverted pull. And come, bring your legs under into a pike. Come down. This one, do that 2 or 3 times. And these are kind of my warm-up sets. Alright, that's good. So yeah, for new people who want to put my glasses back on, you can't do pull-ups yet. To be able to develop a pull-up, you do hangs, and you can hang with your feet on the ground. Just take your weight off your feet a little bit, but leave some of your support with your legs. Like I can stand up right here, and just do scapular pulls with your feet on the ground. Just learn to activate your muscles in your back. Do some hangs, do some light rowing. Okay, once again, I'll take these back. Now these are a little bit better. I can lean back like this, kind of bend your legs, come down, and you can even use your legs. Important thing is you learn to pull with your back. And if you want to, go ahead and do some curls. Doesn't matter. But that's the 2 foundational exercises for getting to your first pull-up. That's where you want to begin. Start with some hangs and just some ring rows. That's why rings are so awesome. Probably the best exercise workout equipment that you can get. After all this time, the equipment that came around, I think ancient Greek or Rome is when they first were recorded, so 3,000 or 4,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, I don't know, a while ago, back in biblical days, back when everybody wore robes and sandals. Alright, now we're going to I'm going to keep it pretty simple today. I think we're just going to do, that was round 3, so we got 7 more rounds. And we're just going to go right until our form, probably just a set of 7 for now. Keep it on the lighter side. Sets of 7 reps of that is going to be somewhat challenging. I can just tell. Just not at my best at all right now. I'm not going to be going for new PRs or really pushing the strength. But I'm getting a pump, and I'm feeling those endorphins kick in. Exercise is medicine. I think it's even more important workouts in when you're tired, you're not feeling all that great, than it is when you're feeling at your best. You got that full energy, you can really go for it. It's times like these that really gives you that progress over the long term. It's not easy by any means. It's not really ever comfortable, but it's always worth it. You just can't expect things to go smooth and make this linear progress every single day. It doesn't work like that. Life is too varied. What it does do when you start getting into these daily workouts is it gives you more energy to focus on all the other areas of your life. You know, as a truck driver, it keeps me more alert when I'm driving. It gives me more energy throughout the day because I'm not trying to push it super hard all the time. I rarely ever do. I really push myself to the limits. That's pretty rare out here. I might do that like once a month, maybe. But like I said, the whole point is high frequency, moderate intensity. That's the whole name of the game, especially as you're older. That's how you keep making progress. Just keep your body in that state of keeping the blood flowing, keeping those endorphins. It makes a huge difference. Like, I know if I hadn't been working out these last few days, if I'd have slacked off, I'd probably be feeling even worse right now. I know I would, because I've experienced that before. That's why I'm very adamant about daily workouts. Even though that goes against what a lot of trainers will say, they'll say 3 or 4 days a week, which is fine. And I'll agree that for maximizing your ability to build muscle, probably more ideal. But it's not a huge difference. It's so small. And for most people, I really don't think there's much difference at all. I mean, you're talking like a percentage of 1%, if that. I think a lot of them just want to make it sound easier than it really is. Honestly, I think training every day, just make it as convenient as possible. Get into bodyweight training. Just keep it simple as possible. That's the easiest way to do it. It's not easy, but it's simple and convenient. When you can get it that way, that's where you get the consistency. The consistency that you're after. Don't try to be one of these guys that say, oh, I'm either all in or nothing. You don't got the energy for that. You're not a professional. I think that's really common when I hear guys who are, entrepreneurs or CEOs. They're not going to work out because they can't put their all into it. As if they really could. Even professionals, even, 6-time Mr. Olympia, C-Bum, Chris Bumstead, he only goes all out for 3 or 4 months before his competitions. And even that will oftentimes break him down. And that's the best in the world. That is a gifted athlete. One of the most gifted athletes on the planet. Not just, we're talking 1 in a billion genetics. Craziness. So don't think you have to be all in, giving it your all every single day to make progress. Especially if you have very little experience in fitness or any athletics. Like, if you've never done anything athletic before, and you're 40 years old, you have no idea what you're trying to do. If you want to go all in on something, go all in on short, effective, efficient workouts using only your body weight every single day. Devote a little bit of time to practice, a little bit of time to learn. You'd be surprised how far you get. And you can do that anywhere. And guess what? If you do that, you're going to have more energy for the more important things in your life. This is not the most important thing in my life. It's important. It's not the most important. However, doing this makes the things that are more important, or makes me able to focus on the things that are more important at a higher level. It's a real reason for working out every day. All right. Because a lot of this is just time. People make it too big of a deal. I think you gotta spend all this time. Like my average, like this workout's gonna be a little longer because I'm taking my time. A little under, I'm not feeling my best right now. I'm not really under the weather, like getting sick, but I can just tell that, I'm pushing the envelope on all levels. So I'm stepping it back, getting that pump, getting that endorphins. That's the most important thing. Just do that every day. It'll be so much better. Like I still feel good. Still feeling strong. My bad day is still far better than the best days of people that aren't taking care of themselves. By far. I don't care if you're living in a mansion on private jets. If you don't have good health and strength, who cares? I don't know if I would trade that. I mean, I never really experienced that in the first place. Never been on a private jet. But if I would I give up my strength and health to do it? No, I don't think I would. I think that'd be worth it. All you need is 10-20 minutes a day. 10-20 minutes a day, you can drastically improve your health. That's all I did to start out with. Not even that. It's like maybe 5-10 minutes a day. And just kept building and evolving from there. I just concentrated on keeping at it every single day. If you do that, go all in on that. Go all in on training every day and learning and really putting in some effort into it. However you got to do it, just challenge yourself. You can challenge yourself with just push-ups. You know how many different push-up variations there are? You can spend years, decades, just getting better at push-ups. It's ridiculous. You got the standard push-up. You got hollow body push-ups. You got Hindu push-ups, pike push-ups. Then you got the planche progressions, which are insane. That's decades of work right there, of dedicated work. Just body weight. All right. Here's round number 7. Not pushing myself too much like I usually do. Usually back day and arm day is those are like my hard hitting days. Sometimes you just gotta let off the gas a little bit. You gotta coast. You don't skip. You don't skip unless you absolutely have to. The last time I skipped a workout was because I was flying from Southeast Asia back to the US. It was a almost 30 hours of travel. I'm not gonna worry about working out then. Then I got the flu for a couple weeks. If I've got the full-blown flu, I wouldn't work out. Maybe some people would. I don't think so. If you got full-on body aches, that's where I kind of draw the line. A head cold, yeah, you can do something. But once the sickness goes below the neck, into the body, that's when you just got to focus on getting rest and recovering. But I'm not feeling sick at all right now. I'm just feeling like I've been pushing the systems to the limit. That's how it is sometimes. You gotta learn how to ebb and flow. Alright. Probably do sets of 5 on the pull-ups. I think that'll be good. Just 5 good reps for 3 more sets. Yeah, that felt good. It was amazing. 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, actually right about 2 years ago now, I could barely do pull-ups. I could do maybe one or two, but they were kind of painful. They didn't feel good. And I just started doing the stuff that I went over earlier. I did some hangs, and I didn't have the setup I did now, so I just did some hangs off my top bunk right here. I've been underneath here, and I would just grab these, I grab here, and I would just pull myself up and just hang like this. And eventually I got to where I could do inverted pulls, come up like that. But mostly I just hung out right here. I stretched, did isometrics. And then when I got my pull-up bar, I could still barely do pull-ups, but I would just hang and I'd work my scapula. And I did that for a few months. I didn't even try to do pull-ups at all for like 2 or 3 months when I first got the pull-up bar. And that's me, a former professional flying trapeze artist, a former gymnastics coach. It still took me 4 to 5 months to start doing decent pull-ups again. And at first I could only do 4 or 5, and that would be it. Then I started doing, 5 sets of 2 or 5 sets of 3. And it just kept building. If you're brand new to working out and you can't do one unassisted pull-up, it's going to take a while. Don't think you're going to make the kind of progress that some people you see who may have been doing them before. They've already had that foundation. When you've done them before, it's going to come back quick. If you've never been able to do them, especially over 40, it's going to take you a little while. Just how it is. All right, another set of 5 here. See, the last one was kind of wide, so we'll go kind of more regular grip, and we'll do a narrow grip. Woo. I thought I'd be having a harder time talking during this one, but sometimes when you're a little tired, you find it easier to ramble on a bit more about things. One more set and we're all done. Just a little stretching. So this will be about a 30-minute total workout, just under, including all the stretching. This is just an easy workout for me. Well, not really easy, but it's not real hard. It's not real intense. On an intensity scale, it's maybe a 6. Or usually for back, the last 3-4 sets, I'm down the intensity up to like 8 or 9. That's what I prefer to do. Just don't get to do that all the time. It is what it is. All right, let's get this last set done. Feeling good, so take a little less rest than usual. It's the last set. A little narrow grip here. 5 more reps. Easy peasy. Yep, that's it. So see in the last rep though, I don't know if you can notice it on camera, but I could feel it where it's just a little bit slower. It's just what I want today. That's all I want. Go just to the point on the last couple sets, or the last rep, your form starts to break down just a little bit. If you're not feeling at your best, just go to that level right there. Still good. Still get a positive benefit from that. Finish up a little stretching, and that's it. We're at about 29 minutes total. 29 minutes. Yeah, this is still a good workout. Still got a dang good pump. Feeling good. Got those endorphins. The most important thing. It's medicine. Working out is medicine. Exercise is medicine. It's the best medicine. It's gonna do it. Next time.